The next card you have is your current position coming into the month. And you have the Knight of Wands, fire sign, which you are. The Knight of Wands is somebody who does take charge. So it's interesting I said that on the Hanged Man, because this is somebody who says, you know, this is somebody who's not afraid to go get what they want. They're very charming. So if you're single, I do feel like you may still be, you know, reaching out to people and talking to people, but that's because you've done your homework, so to speak. That's because you've been like, okay, I really think that this person could be a good fit for me. This is also being very confident and daring. So I think you're doing other things to meet people. If you were online dating before, you're doing meetup groups. You may just be taking a chance and saying, hey, you know, your profile or in meetup groups, you sound great, whatever, you know, I'd like to take a chance with you. Maybe you know, aren't used to asking people out, or maybe you're not used to being the one to put your foot forward. But I feel like if you see something you really want, or someone you really want, or you see something in someone that kind of lights that fire, you're not afraid to go for it this month. On the flip side, I feel like a lot of people are going to be charming the socks off of you. A lot of people are going to be going, hey, you're a really good catch. And they are going to be attentive, and they are going to sacrifice their time and energy to get to know you and date you. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is very interesting. I feel like they're kind of coming towards you, or they want to if they haven't. And they're very, they're trying to get your attention somehow. You may have noticed it, you may not have yet, but you can almost feel it in your gut. Like that connection is all of a sudden stronger between you two. But I feel like you're kind of like, I've got this. I'm good on my own right now. You didn't help make my life any better. You didn't, you know, things weren't, when you're in a relationship with somebody, they need to be better with that person and not harder or more work or more agonizing. And I feel like you're kind of like, I'm good right now. You didn't bring a lot to the table. You know, why be with you if it takes too much of my energy, consumes too much of my time, and you only come 30% while I'm always giving 70. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have Justice. Okay, so that makes sense. And that's Libra's card. So you may be dealing with a Libra or an air sign. But Justice is about getting justice. It's about, but this is an internal feeling. So if you're single, I feel like you're actually starting to feel like there's some people who could be good suitors for you. It may just be that you're finally deciding to get back out in the dating game because you feel like you had an experience, or you feel like you had to get over an experience, or you had to, that you needed to, I know it sounds strange, but like you cut ties with maybe some people that you've been dating that you thought just weren't for you. Again, you were sacrificing so much of yourself with the Hanged Man that the Justice card is saying you had to bring some things to justice. You had to bring some things to light and say, look, the people I'm dating right now, it's not working out. Or some of you just vacated the dating scene altogether and went, you know, this is just not working for me. This is not what I'm looking for. You know, I have higher expectations than this, but I keep dating people I know it's just not going to work out with. So however that resonates with you, I feel like if you're single, you're definitely feeling like maybe some people did you wrong and you finally cut the ties, or you said, you know, I'm going to change avenues and date a different way, and it's starting to pay off. You're getting justice in a different approach, or, you know, a different site, etc. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is justice, because I feel like in the past, you know, you've made your feelings clear on what your expectations are. You've let your needs be known. You haven't been quiet about it. Leo's not quiet. You're not scurrying around going, I hope they got that subtle hint of what I need. You're like, this is what I need. This is where I'm feeling like we're not connecting. This is where I'm feeling like I'm making the sacrifices and you're not. And you said it over and over and over, and they just brush it off. Like, you'll get over it. You'll get over it. You always do. It's no big deal. Or fighting or lying or cheating or whatever it is. They were just like, oh, you'll always be around. I'm not. Yeah. And this is you going, screw you. Like, you can fuck off. I'm perfectly fine on my own. I'm confident and capable. I'm not sacrificing any more for you. You want to come back into my life? You have some hard work ahead of you to even get me to turn my head in your direction. The next card you have is your distant past. So over the past 5-10 years, could be throughout childhood, and you have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a whimsy, it's a dreaming, it's a fanciful, it's a romance. So Leo, the universe is saying this month, whether you're single or looking to reconcile, this is the universe saying, hey, you know, you deserve romance. You've had whimsy, you've had dreaming. Remember the things that you wanted. What are those things? Whether you're single or looking to reconcile, I always read this card together because it's usually a long, long time ago. And this makes perfect sense. The Knight of Cups is going, what did I want back in the day when I was a young girl or a young boy? What was that? What were my hopes? Are they still the same? Did I want a family? Did I want to get married? Did I want to be in a committed relationship? Did I want all of these different things? Whatever your values and what you want are to you, it doesn't matter. It's important to you. And I feel like the universe is saying, Leo, you've let go of a lot of that. You have allowed your hopes and dreams to go on the back burner. That's what the Hanged Man does. They sacrifice for other people. And so I feel like a lot of you need to get back into this momentum of, where do I see myself? Did I want to get married? Did I want to have kids? Do I just want a partner to go on adventures with? Whatever it is to you, the universe is saying, come on, remember what excited you? What were your goals? It's never too late. Like, let's get going, Leo. Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? Let's start manifesting and making this happen. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past 2 weeks, past month or so, and that makes perfect sense. Goes along with this Justice card very well. The Six of Swords is leaving. It's abandonment. Now, it's also travel, so some of you could be traveling, especially here in the U.S. with the holidays coming up. But the Six of Swords, if you're single, really does make me feel like you were dating a few people, maybe one or two people, and they kept telling you, oh, we're going to be committed to, or we're going to do this, or I really see us in the future together. And you're tired of sitting here twiddling your thumbs. You're going, we're not getting anywhere. We're not doing anything. Nothing we've talked about has come to fruition. I've spent a lot of time in this. I've sacrificed a lot of time waiting for you to figure out what you want, waiting for you to shit or get off the pot, and you haven't. So I'm not going to. So I really do feel like if you're single, you cut some people out. Not necessarily somebody that you were in a serious relationship with, but more somebody or a few people that you thought were going somewhere, and they just weren't. It was like scrapped. It needed to be done. And so you left those situations behind. Could be some friends with benefit situations that weren't faring well, etc. But you definitely had to say goodbye to some people that just weren't a good fit in order for you to finally move on with your life to what you need to be focusing on. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, you left them. You said, bye, see you later, sayonara. Now, it could be flipped. For some of you, they left you. But I really get a strong feeling, Leo, that you were done with some really heavy crap. You were like, nope, I'm not doing this again with the sacrifice. That's what I'm going to title this. Something about, the sacrifice is over or something, because I feel like a lot of you are like, I got this. Like I said, I can do this. This person isn't making my life any better. They're making my life hell. They're making me question things I'm doing, doubt things. They're making me think I'm crazy because they're the ones who cheated, or they're the ones who are narcissistic. I mean, literally, like, this is you finally standing up for yourself and saying, okay, where am I going? I don't need this person to be happy. In fact, sometimes I'm happier without them. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, next month or two, through the beginning of the year, and you have the Lovers. And who doesn't love the Lovers card? So if you're single, this definitely says love is coming in at some point in the future, because you're feeling daring and confident, and because you cut out whatever was going on here, the people who told you things, but their actions spoke differently. And there's going to be somebody coming in, like I said, who's kind of a charmer, but they're legitimately charming you. They're not like being fake. They actually are taking the time to get to know you, to romance you, and it will turn into this lover situation, which of course, we love the Lovers. It's duality. It's a connection. It is, all things encompassed. It's lust, it's friendship, it's all of the above. This is also Gemini's card, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, which again, you have a lot of air sign cards, which Gemini is, and you have Libra here. So you have two major air signs showing up. So a lot of you may be dealing with air energy. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, there is a possibility you guys can get here and almost have a stronger connection than you did before. But this person has some major, stepping up to do. So if you are cross-watching for Leo, you better get ready to put some hard work into it, to send some flowers, to say some nice things, because I feel like Leo needs to hear it big time. I feel like it's deserved. I feel like this person has always felt like you were just there. You were always there. You were their ground, like their grounding person, if that makes sense. You were their constant. And now they're a little like, whoa. They're not coming back. Usually I say, hey, sorry, maybe a drunk text, maybe hey, I miss you, and they're back. And you're going, haha, it's going to take a little bit more than that to get me in good graces again. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks throughout the month of November, and you have the Page of Wands. All right, so if you're single, this is a spark. The Page of Wands is a spark. It's curiosity and it's confidence. I like these two fire cards for you, obviously because you're a fire sign, but because the Page of Wands is somebody who is confident. They're making sure that nothing tears them down right now. You're protecting yourself. You're making sure that above all, Leo is taken care of. And that's super important. The Page of Wands, like I said, is a spark and it's a curiosity. So somebody is going to spark your interest. You're sparking theirs. But I don't think you realize how much you're sparking theirs, because I think after this dry spell of people just not having the time of day for you or not treating you the way that you deserve or telling you what they think you want to hear and then their actions are completely skewampus, this is somebody coming in who their actions speak as loud as their words, if not louder. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, they are going to do something that is going to spark your interest. They are going to say something that maybe will make you feel like they're changing. Now be careful with this, because you can't expect everything to mend overnight. So even if they come to you and they tell you everything that you want to hear, be careful with that, because make sure that it's genuine. Make sure it's what they want too, because at the end of the day, if you want something and they're like, well, I'm going to tell him or her that I want it too, but they don't really want it in a month, 2 months, 6 years, you're going to end up in the same spot because you're not communicating or you're not on the same path. There are times when people just aren't on the same path, and it's okay to say, I love you, I care about you, but now is not our timing. This is not our timing. So they are going to come back. They are going to say some things that will spark your attention. But I feel like you need to know that they're really sincere. It needs to be that they want it too. It needs to be that they're all in as well. Not that they're just saying it because they're like chasing you. The next card you have is something tangible that'll happen throughout the month. It could be the beginning, middle, end. It could last for, a day, a week, etc. But again, this is a situation you'll face. Now, the Seven of Swords is somebody who is on the defense. They're getting their priorities straight. This is definitely somebody who's trying to figure some things out. But this is some sort of strategy, almost feeling like a manipulative energy. So if you're single, you may be meeting people on and off this month that kind of make you feel like this again, like the Hanged Man energy, like you're sacrificing. So just be picky and choose wisely, because the thing with the Seven of Swords is you're not afraid to go into solitude if you need to. You're not out here going, I need to meet somebody now. You're out here going, I'm a really confident person. I'm a good catch. Somebody would be lucky to have me. And if people are being jerks, or if you just have if you have a day where everybody's just throwing red flags and you're like, this is crap, take a day off. The Seven of Swords is saying, again, protect you. Make it about you, Leo. Make sure that you're feeling good about it. If there's a day or two where it's just not working, it's not vibing, so just don't go online, or just don't go to that meetup group, or just don't talk to that person that maybe isn't coming across the way you want, because somebody else is and will. But just make sure you're mentally and physically and emotionally protecting you. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, this is very similar to what I talked about here. Make sure this isn't a manipulative offer. When they come back and start talking to you, make sure they're being straight up with you. Make sure that it's not just the chase of the I want what I can't have. Like, you need to see action. So if they come back and let's say you guys had an argument about finding a place, you were going to finally move in together, they need to come back with like brochures of apartments or homes, or I did searches and I've got a book to go look at, like that type of action. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end, last for an hour, etc. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is a very good energy to have on the inside. This is, again, internally how you'll feel throughout the month. The Nine of Pentacles is a very generous energy. This is somebody who cares about other people, and genuinely cares about other people. And I feel like, Leo, that's what you're trying to give to other people. You're trying to convey an abundance of love. You're trying to convey to people that you have a lot to offer, and that, you're successful and you're doing, you're doing things in life that you feel like you're on a path, like you're moving towards the better. You're climbing the ladder, so to speak. And you just want somebody to be with, to have that success with you, to share that abundance with you, to have that satisfaction. So that's a good place to be. You're just very careful about who you're willing to offer it to, and people are going to notice. And if you're worth it, then they're going to work for it. If you're looking to reconcile, this is also very similar energy, because this is you saying, look, I did a lot for you. You already witnessed what I'm willing to do for you, what I'm capable of giving you, what I'm capable of giving our life, whatever your life is. Maybe you have kids, maybe you have pets, maybe you have a place, maybe you don't. But this is you saying, I've already done that. And that's, the love isn't gone. I don't not love you. The connection isn't gone, but you need to work for it as well. I'm not just giving it up for free and taking care of everything to just for you to assume that I'm always going to be there and that you don't have to show me some affection, that you don't have to be attentive, that you don't have to also be 100% in this relationship as well. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's very dutiful, who works very hard. This is you holding yourself, again, at a higher esteem. And I feel like these two knights are representing an energy you've needed to kind of encompass lately and haven't. And for the first time in a while, you are. And it's really important because this is you saying, I'm not going to let anybody tear me down. I'm not going to let anybody take my confidence away. I'm a hard worker. I deserve good things. This is somebody who's very cautious, but very hardworking. So I think that if you're single, you're definitely going to look for love, but you're working on a lot of different things. You're kind of making sure your work-life balance is in check. If somebody comes along that is worth your attention, you'll be cautious because you've been taken advantage of before. But if they're good for you and you can tell that they're putting that energy into you as well, you will put the work and energy into them and it turns into the lovers. So your hope for the outcome is that you guys can make it work, that you can make it work, that you do find somebody to find that teamwork aspect with. Now, if you're looking to reconcile, I feel like this is you putting your energy into everybody else but that person, and purposefully, because there's definitely a lacking energy on their part. And now they're going, I might actually lose him or her. I might actually lose this person. And that's too bad because you may end up deciding you like being away from this person more than you do with. And I think it's making them nervous and they're knowing it because you're throwing your time and attention and energy into everything else except for this person. And they're going, holy crap, this is not good. What is going on? So they're kind of nervous. And I think that for the time being, it needs to stay that way. The next card you have is your outcome for the month.